video journal number 3. So pretty much a long day for me today. Started out waking up, then I hit a workout, right? So the workout, I've been loving. There's this like new thing coming out, but it's when you're in the workout world or training world, nothing's ever new. It just pops up randomly. So the new thing that I've saw is low rep high sets, right? And there's another guy who created his program, which was called Hypertrophy Clusters. I'm pretty sure his name is Jake Tura, right? And he came up with the rep scheme of 8 by 5, 10 by 4, and 12 by 3. And I remember coming across a video on YouTube, right? And this guy talked about those rep schemes, and he used it on, I don't know if it was military or police officers, but they saw tremendous like improvements and everything. And basically, it combined it all, right? Like the old thing was start off hypertrophy and then start going into different phases. But when you do these low rep high sets, right, you hit everything. Because if I told you to do 3 sets of 12 on dumbbell bench, right, and after the 8th or 7th rep you're going to start fatiguing, right? But if I told you to stop after that 5th set but now do 5 more sets, so all you're doing is really flipping it. So if I had you do 3 by 12, you're now going to do 12 sets of 3, right? I can go on and on about that, right? So today barely warmed up, and then I hit just to get some blood flow into the muscles that I wanted to work, because it was technically a back day. So there's a program that I bought which was Official Strength Debates, and if you watch my first video journal, I talk about find a mentor, and I try to find mentors in anything, whether it's the books I'm reading, whether it's a program that I buy, because you can learn from anything that you do, right? So in the field that I am, I'm always trying to make my athletes better. So why not try it for myself? And then you see how it is for them, right? So the first thing I did was bought the program, Official Strength Debates. I don't know his name, but on Twitter, he goes by Official Strength Debates. And it's cool because it's almost like it's not bodybuilding, but you're just doing more sets, more volume with your rep schemes. And he's changing it, right? He's changing it all the time. So I bought it, a 9-week program, been trying it so if I can implement some stuff, not all of it, some stuff into my athletes. And today I basically hit, so like I said, some blood flow to my muscles. I did hammer curls to start off the workout, 3 sets of 12. Then I did pullovers, right? Pullovers is the one where you put it over your head, and not tricep extension, but the one where it's pulling, because I don't have a lat pull down machine at my house, right? 3 sets of 12 on that. Or I think it was 3 sets of 20 on each, right? And then started the workout. And the start of the workout was 4 sets of 6 bent over rows. And because it was supposed to be lat pull downs, like I said, I don't have a pull down machine. And then right after that, I did 10 sets of 3 of chin ups, while the last set was how many of you can get. He puts pull ups, but you can do chin ups, neutral grip pull ups. He just wants you to change the variation because it's your workout program, right? And then right after the pull ups, I did rows again. So I went back to bent over rows, 5 sets of 6. And then I finished with the same exercise that I did in the beginning, finished it with the end for a pump, basically. And I did preacher curls and what did I do? Preacher curls, and I did something else. Hammer curls? I don't know. Preacher curls, and I did something. Oh, reverse curls. I did reverse curls and preacher curls, and man, my biceps felt like they were tearing, right? But the whole reason I want to do this video and these journals is just basically going out through my day, just like what I said. And so I'm a coach, GA, and I don't know how much of a coach you are when you say you're a GA, right? And so you're always watching the head coaches, you're always watching people around you, right? And someone that I've always watched ever since I was interning at a young age was the football coach, right? And the football coach had a good statement today, and it brought back memories, right? And his statement was, you have to be nice to everyone, right? And I guess there was an incident or something about the cafeteria, where people were scanning in things, people were being rude, something like that, in the lines of that, right? And he was just telling the team, like, make sure you're nice to people because you never know if you need them in the end, right? And I've heard that quote before, because whenever the head coach is talking or something, I've always listened because I want to see what I can gain from it, right? Like, I never want to walk away being like, oh, I already know what they're going to say, because I've had coaches in my life, but every coach is different. So I've always wanted to learn what they would say, just in case I'm ever in that position to get the team in a huddle and be like, so-and-so this, so-and-so that, right? it's always motivating, right? But he was just saying, like, you have to respect everyone because everyone else is doing everything for you, right? Because I was on the basketball team at that school, and you've always wanted to show respect because that school's putting a lot of money in for you to even be playing, right? And whether that's paying for your flights to go leave, right when you land, there's food, right? You have a budget to use your food, and then sometimes when you make it really far in the tournaments, then you have these sponsors and all that, and it's really fun. But if you're not a good team, you're not a respectable team, no one wants to sponsor you. So it's like but an old mentor that I had, he had recently left our school. He was our director of our strength and conditioning a year ago, right? But barely, right? I don't know. I can't say that. I don't know. But I remember one of the first things he told me when I was like a sophomore, junior, interning for him, like didn't have a job or anything, just interning because I wanted to get there early. And he would have me come in with football at like 5 a.m. It was brutal, right? I come in at 5 a.m. But I remember, I don't know what had happened, but he couldn't get into the room or something, like our weight room. He forgot a key. I don't know. Something happened, right? And I remember the story was he told me, be nice to everyone because he's the top dog. He was the director of strength and conditioning. Everyone likes him. Everyone loves him. And he was telling me, an intern that he barely knew, make sure to respect everyone because you don't know who's watching and you don't know who's paying attention to that, right? And I guess he had told me a good statement and said, respect everyone, even the people that are lowest at your school, right? And I guess the janitor was there, or I'm pretty sure she's a really nice lady. I think she only speaks Spanish, and I always say hi, and I think she had opened the door for him, right? And if he was never respectful to her or treated her the same at any aspect, then she wouldn't have opened that door for him, right? And that's what reminded me, because it was today, 4 years later, 5 years later, and the head coach is telling his team this, and then I think back to being like, oh yeah, I remember when I was told that. And yeah, you just always want to be respectful to everyone because you don't know if you ever need their help, and you don't know who's watching, and things go on, right? Like, especially in the sports world, the reason why you get jobs and the reason why you get these connections is through connections, right? Like through the mentors. Hey, there's a kid so-and-so that's really good, right? So it's building those relationships up. And if you're just a mean person, or, the words get out there that you're not nice and you're not respectful, then people aren't going to want you there, or whatever department or workforce that you're in. So I guess that's my TED Talk. But yeah. So I did the workout, went to school, did the football team, right? They got after it today. And then did my teams, which was swim and water polo, having them on an in-season tournament. They're doing basic stuff, right? And then finished with water polo. And men's water polo, they're doing what we just talked about, the low rep, high sets. They're kind of my guinea pig for it, to see if I want to add it to my athletes in the summer for their off seasons. But yeah, they're kicking it strong. They said, man, I'm kind of sore and all that. And I'm like, yeah, we're going to get stronger. So yeah, I'm always trying to look for programs and all that just to see what I can add for myself, because I want to look healthy, and I want to, no one wants to go to a weight room and there's a fat coach, or why is this guy telling me to run or lift this much weight, right? But if a guy looks fit and healthy, then I'm going to listen. So yeah. And then the second point that I made was just to respect everyone, because if you're not, then who knows? It might bite you back in the end. So that's my TED Talk. And then that was my third journal. I'll come out with another one tomorrow. And yeah, I kind of enjoy these because it just makes me reflect. And then sometimes thoughts happen right here, just like talking about my coach that told me that same story. So hope you guys have a good one. That's day 3, or video journal number 3.